Top 5 Criminal Cases Involving Human Teeth. Forensic science has evolved by leaps and bounds in the past couple of centuries. What began as hearsay and finger-pointing has evolved into a complex tapestry of evidence gathered from DNA, audio and video footage, data mining, and intricate physical sciences. One type of the latter that has proven useful time and again is forensic dentistry. Although one facet of bite mark analysis has fallen out of favor in general forensic use and polarized the legal community, other facets, such as dental DNA fingerprinting, forensic age estimation from teeth, and post-mortem victim identification from teeth have proven critically useful in cases. Teeth are handy tools for forensic scientists because enamel, the shiny, white layer covering the tooth, is the hardest substance in the human body, harder even than bone. While criminals may go to great lengths to dismember and destroy bodies, teeth are often the body's last holdout, and therefore tend to leave valuable evidence behind. It's no surprise that teeth have helped criminal investigators and prosecutors ascertain the truth again and again. And sometimes, they've hindered the process as well. Here are 5 cases where, for better or worse, human teeth have made all the difference in criminal cases. 5. Bundy's Big Bite. How they were caught. Ted Bundy, the charismatic killer, is one of the most famous serial killers in history. Bundy confessed to murdering 30 people during the 1970s. He also admitted to kidnapping and raping many more victims. Bundy was clever and left little evidence behind for investigators to use against him. The case against Bundy took years to build, and his trial took years more. Although we've already discussed the relative inconclusiveness of bite mark analysis, it proved crucial in helping to put Bundy away. During one of Bundy's more daring sprees, he attacked several sorority members, leaving a deep bite on the left buttock of one of the women. Forensic odontologists Richard Sovereign and Lowell Levine made casts of Bundy's teeth and matched them to the victim's bite mark, helping seal the case against the monstrous Bundy and end his reign of terror. 4. Sharon Carr's Cheetos teeth. Oklahoma woman linked to home break-in after Cheetos residue found on her teeth. Police say in early 2001, a woman called 911 when she heard the sounds of an intruder in her house. The woman was alone with her 2 kids and worried for their safety. After the intruder spent some time in the home, they noticed that it was occupied and fled through an open window. When police arrived, they confirmed that the intruder was gone, though they had left behind evidence. Evidence included a water bottle and an empty bag of Cheetos. Police believe the intruder left the items behind as they fled through the window. While searching the property, police found the intruder, Sharon Carr, hiding in nearby bushes. Police were able to confirm Carr was the intruder because of the fresh Cheetos dust covering her teeth. Another win for tooth-based evidence. A small, weird win, but a win nonetheless. 3. Ray Crone overturned. Forensic science put me on death row for my teeth, innocence ignored. The 1992 conviction of Ray Crone for murder and subsequent labeling as the Snaggletooth Killer is one of the most famous examples of mishandling of evidence, wrongful conviction, and unreliability of bite mark analysis as evidence. Like Frederick Fasting Torgerson, there was little evidence against Crone, aside from an expert witness who claimed that Crone's bite pattern matched bites found on the victim's body. Unlike Torgerson, Crone was at least lucky enough to be exonerated through DNA evidence, which also identified the real killer, a repeat sexual offender named Kenneth Phillips. Crone has since worked with the Innocence Project and campaigned against the death penalty, in part because newly available DNA evidence is necessary to rule out potentially incorrect convictions, just as it did for him. 2. John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy looks at victim photos. I have no recollection any of them. Like Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy is one of the most famous serial killers in history, remembered for both the brutality and scope of his crimes, as well as the clown persona he adopted, which altogether earned him the moniker of Killer Clown. Gacy killed at least 33 young men, many of them raped and tortured. The trouble was in finding the bodies of Gacy's many victims, and then positively identifying them. Police recovered 26 victims from the crawlspace of Gacy's home. Dental records provided 23 of their identities. In the many years since, multiple other victims of Gacy's have been found, most in the Des Plaines River, and many of them have been identified via dental DNA. 1. Joseph Mengele, the Angel of Death. Joseph Mengele is one of the evilest human beings in history. Thanks to his teeth, we can rest assured of his death. As a high-ranking officer of the Nazi SS, Mengele led a program of inhumane medical experimentation on prisoners at the Auschwitz concentration camp, earning him the nickname the Angel of Death. When it became clear that he, alongside his fellow Nazis and allied fascists, had lost the war they had begun, Mengele fled to Argentina to begin a new life in hiding. He continued his life on the run, fleeing to Paraguay, then Brazil, always assuming new identities, until 1979, when he suffered a stroke while swimming and drowned. After decades of searching for the missing monster, Mengele was finally found, though only as a corpse under a different name. It was up to Brazilian and American dentists to prove his true identity. Comparing X-rays taken of the corpse's skull to those taken by a Brazilian dentist who had treated Mengele in the years before his death, American dental scientist Lowell J. Levine was able to say that the remains may now be identified as Joseph Mengele with an absolute certainty. Teeth were what finally proved the Angel of Death was no more.